Good morning, or good evening, or good afternoon, whenever you're checking this video out. First of all, thank you for clicking on it and listening to it this far. I want you to hopefully continue on, as it's going to be a short video. And what this is just a personal invitation for you to join me, to come be my guest, to come be the church's guest this Sunday, September 29th, starting at 10:15 a.m. At California EC Church, where I'm privileged to be able to guest speak again and bring the Sunday morning message. And the topic that I'm going to be speaking about, I want to introduce it here a little bit. It's a topic that each and every one of us, I can guarantee, has faced in our life. It's something that we probably are struggling with, maybe even at this moment right now. It's something that affects us regardless of our age, regardless of our job, our position in society, our gender. This is something that all of us face. I can confidently say that. And that topic is worry. That topic is anxiety. Is there anyone who is not worried about something or had anxiety about something, whether it be your finances, whether it be your health, whether it be a job, whether it be your children, whether it be your parents? There's so many things in this life, in this world that we live in, that cause us anxiety, that cause us to worry. And I want us to better understand that word worry. We'll start our time together by kind of unpacking that word, doing a little bit of a word study, looking at dictionary definitions, of course, what the Bible says about it, why it's so destructive in our lives, why it can be so harmful to three aspects of our life, to our physical, to our mental, and to our spiritual lives. And we'll, of course, look at what the Bible says about worry. For us as Christians, I want us to be able to, because there's so many things like war, there's so many struggles that face our secular world that the Bible not only speaks on, and the Bible doesn't just say that these things are bad and things that you can avoid, but the Bible actually gives us ways that you can overcome it, and worry is one of those ways. And I want us as Christians, as members of the church, as members of bodies of Christ, as Christ's ambassadors here on earth, I want us to be informed that, hey, we can go to the world, we can go to people that don't know Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior and say, hey, you're struggling with anxiety, or you're struggling with this. The Bible not only says that it's bad, but the Bible also gives you ways that you can overcome that, ways that for worry you can control your thoughts. And that's the final thing. I want us to end by understanding the Bible doesn't just condemn worry, it doesn't say, oh, it's something that you should do, but it also gives us an antidote, a way that we can overcome it. And as a church, as believers, I want us to be informed and leave there knowing that, hey, if someone comes to us from in our life, in our family, in our co-workers that's struggling with worry and anxiety, I want us to be informed so we can kind of share what we're going to learn on Sunday, that the Bible says. Not only, we'll look first at Matthew 6, Jesus' most famous and longest teaching session, his Sermon on the Mount. Jesus devotes, I think, 6 or 7 verses just to why worry is something we should avoid, why it's so destructive, why it's, in his words, meaningless. We'll not only look at that, but we'll also look at a bit of a case study that Paul writes to the church of Philippi that was dealing with some things that were causing anxiety. And Paul gives us a way that we can control our thoughts, a way that we can think godly thoughts, think righteous thoughts, and help us to overcome our worry and overcome the things that give us anxiety in our life. So we not only want to see why worry is so bad, but we also want to try to give a way that we can overcome worry and anxiety. Because the Bible teaches those things, and it's applicable today just like it was 2,000 years ago when Jesus spoke those things. So if you're able, if you're in the area, please join me this Sunday, September 29th, starting at 10:15 a.m. At California EC Church. The address is 350 California Road, Morgantown, zip code 19543. Again, that's 350 California Road, Morgantown, 19543. And if you punch, I'm sure if you punch in California EC Church, or it might be California Bethany Evangelical Congregational Church on your GPS, it'll bring you right there. Service starts again at 10:15. If it would be your first time at the church and you don't know anyone there, don't worry about that. I had that same experience in July. I first guest spoke there. I'd never been in the building. I think I'd been in the building once, but never for a church service before. The body of believers there, the people there could not be more friendly, could not be more welcoming. They made me feel right at home from the moment I walked in there. I'm sure if you come, be our guest, be their guest, they'll do the same for you. Again, this Sunday, September 29th, we'll tackle a topic, and we'll look to see what the Bible says about something that affects each and every one of us, worry. We'll look at Matthew 6, I think it's 25 through 34, and then we'll look at Philippians 4, and we'll understand how we can overcome worry, and we'll be able to take that into our lives and use it however that affects us. We use it in our own lives, and we'll hopefully be able to share it with others as well. So Sunday, September 29th, 10:15 a.m., California EC Church. Join me there. I thank you for listening, and may God bless the rest of your day.